videos. I'm kind of hoping I can um, do this topic justice. It's for in our faith, it is, well, actually, I think so. We just had the 4th of July, and that's part of our history and past, and there's definite feels with that one too, and in any direction. And we're moving for our faith into the 24th of July, which is a big celebration for when the pioneers came to the Salt Lake Valley. And at this time, I happen to be in Salt Lake. There's a lot going on in my life right now that is really kind of pushing me in the direction of talking about family history, kind of some of the difficult spaces of that, and the idea of needing to integrate the difficult spaces that we find ourselves in with family history, and in this sense of the church within church history, and also honoring and creating a wholeness of that picture. So I think we're in difficult spaces with this because I know, at least for me, and within our faith, we want to celebrate all that is good and wonderful. And actually, we came from a really hard, difficult past, both things that were done to us and things that our people did to other people. So it's really fraught with a lot of struggles, actually. So it makes sense to me that we would want to exemplify the virtues and honor everything that was done to get us to where we are now, which is huge. But on the flip side, and I think we're kind of just seeing this in generalized culture, also acknowledging the pains and the struggles and the sorrows and the mistakes and the problems that had been created in the past. I don't know why, but it brings me joy to think about this idea of taking all of those and wrapping them up into a being of who I am. I can take my family history and all the messiness of it, and just, it becomes part of me, all of it. It all becomes a part of me. And I love that. As hard as it is to sit with some of the hard things, it brings me joy to just sit and bring it all into me and say, this is all a part of me. This has all made me who I am. So, part of what I'm working with now is that I'm actually a descendant of Brigham Young, and it's been hitting me how much I appreciate and honor and love part of that past. There's a lot to it to honor, but that there's also a lot to it that wasn't so good. And I am working on the concept of integrating that all into myself. And again, I feel like that just brings me a lot of joy to think about being able to take the wholeness of it all and recognize that within myself, there are things that are wonderful, and there are things that I need to work on. And there are things that I can take and learn from the past and then take it into the future and hopefully do better and create something much bigger and much better and much more full and joyful and wonderful. So I'm actually going to be, if anybody wants to check out my YouTube station, I'm not going to do it on here, but I'm going to be doing my own personal journal meditation process, and I'll record that whole process on YouTube if people want to look at it, specifically for my relationship with my Young family. Hopefully with the idea that I'll be able to reflect and integrate and understand more deeply what that means to me and what it brings to my life, and what I then feel I need to move forward with in order to create a better life, and before me utilizing strengths and I don't want to say fixing weaknesses, I can't fix it, but at least finding those own weaknesses in myself and fixing those weaknesses in myself as best I can. So I'm going to create some journal meditations for that, and I will put those on YouTube. And then I also am going to do a meditation there on YouTube also that I'm hoping to help focus on healing sort of intergenerational trauma. that sounds, it seems normal to me to talk about that, but I know for some people that sounds yucky. But we all have things that our families have done or said or become, and that we ourselves are wounded from, that we ourselves have found hurt and pain in. But there's also, like I said before, there's wonderful and great things about our families too. So really the idea is to take a meditation that helps us kind of integrate that also within ourselves and find joy in who our ancestors were while creating a better life where we're at now. Kind of moving the process of learning and growth forward with that, because I very much view this as Malachi's promise that the hearts of the fathers will turn to the children and the children to the fathers. It's a beautiful promise, and it's a wonderful promise. So that's my thoughts about integrating our families, our family history, and hopefully as we move forward through July, those within our faith can utilize this time to also integrate their own faith history in full and rich ways, much fuller and richer than we have been able to in the past, in ways that will help us become better people and better communities and better families, and hopefully just grow all over the place. So happy late 4th of July, and to my faith community, I'm looking forward to a good 24th.